Perfect. I think we'll go ahead and get started. The heart space intention for class this week was inspired by a kind of group meditation that I was part of on Sunday morning. And we listened to a clip from Sam Harris, and it's this clip about last times and his invitation to contemplate last times is what inspired me to contemplate last times. But what he was saying is a perspective that we can have when we move through our day is our realization even is that there will come a time when it is our last time, right? Our last time moving through that experience. And oftentimes we never know when that's going to be. Often we don't know that it's our last time doing something. And his example was a decade ago was the last time he skied, but he didn't realize that would be the last time that he would ski when it was happening. And so for me, I related to that. And I don't know when the last yoga practice will be. I don't know when it'll be the last time I teach a yoga class. And with this, we can look at every moment as a little bit more precious. And we remember that this might be our last experience in this way, something that we've maybe taken for granted, then we can hold it at our hearts a bit more closely and it becomes a little more precious. We cherish it more because it therefore is significant. But the thing is, significance and this deep meaning that comes from our perspective, our choosing to see things through that lens. And so the invitation today is to maybe move through this yoga practice as if it were your last, not as a invitation to bring like a kind of grim sadness into your morning, but as a reminder that we never know when it will be our last times. We don't know when it will be the last time that we hold a loved one, or it will be our last time that we take a breath. And so the realization of how fragile this human life really is can be an invitation to call in more meaning. So it's kind of what has been moving through my mind over the last couple of days. The physical practice we're going to move through has some funky transitions. I'm hoping it translates through the screen into the virtual world and onto your yoga mat, but an invitation for openness as well in those kind of funky moments when we're shifting between shapes. So we'll start in a little bit of breath and meditation. You can start either in a seat or you can lie down in Shavasana. We'll be eventually moving from Shavasana, so feel free to start there. Let's take a moment to settle into your space. Settle into the earth support as you find a comfortable shape. If it feels safe, allow your eyes to close. And settle your shoulders down your body. And feel the area where your body connects to the earth. Maybe become aware of where your skin meets your clothing, fabric of your clothing. Become aware of the movement of your breath. And the rise as your inhale fills your lungs. And the release as your exhale empties away. And through our breath and through physical sensation and sounds that are moving in the space around us, we can begin to connect more intimately to this present moment. And it is in the present moment that we can cherish the moment. If it were our last moment, we would want to be present for it. And starting the process of maybe deepening your breath, deepening your awareness of this moment here and now. Maybe contemplating how perspective plays a role in shaping our reality. Our awareness, it focuses our attention, and our intention is placed into our attention. When we place our intention into our attention, then we have that focus. And with intentional focus, you can start to check in with our perception of our world, both the inner and outer worlds that create our reality. And our perception is a key piece in what forms our perspective. And so when we trace that line all the way back, really our focus, our awareness, and our attention is what eventually leads to our perspective and our perception, which eventually creates our reality. So as we move through our practice, noticing when your awareness drifts and where your awareness drifts and what takes up the space in your mind, when your mind begins to wander away from the moment. Just taking one more moment to be right here with your breath. With your body. This contemplation of perception, of last times, and how we can give more meaning to every moment of our lives. And as you're ready, maybe setting an intention for your practice. Maybe a devotion of your practice. And as you hold that intention or devotion, that focus point at your heart, go ahead and take a really big breath in through your nose. And then as you're ready, an open mouth exhale, let that whole breath go. And again, deep breath in through your nose. And open mouth exhale to release. Just one more time, big breath in. And a cleansing breath out. And then whenever you're ready, begin to make your way into a full body stretch on your back body. Just take a moment to reach from your fingers to your toes. Maybe a couple of rotations to your ankles, your wrists. And then gather your knees into your body and take a little rock from side to side. You can also circle your knees, massaging your low back across the earth. And eventually let both knees tip over to the left, finding a gentle twist. Feel that your arms reach out wide like a capital T. Maybe your gaze even goes over to the right, so you get that full rotation along the entire length of your spine. Just take one more steady inhale along your right side body. And a slow, steady exhale. Then gently bring your knees through center and over to second side, just going directly to our right side with our knees, and then maybe gaze to the left. As you settle into the second side of your twist, just taking a moment to let gravity drop you into the earth. You take a big breath and let your left side body. As you exhale, feel yourself settle in a little bit more. And from here, as you bring your knees back through center, keep your knees bent or place your feet down to the earth, setting up for a bridge pose. So heels stacked beneath your knees, take a big breath in. And as you're ready, on your exhale, press your feet and lift your pelvis up. Okay, so maybe you feel the four corners of your feet rooted to the earth. Maybe you can also feel that contact between your triceps, the backs of your arms, and the ground. Then allowing this bridge pose to be more about the sensation of grounding than how high you lift your hips. So feeling those points of contact between your body and the earth. You feel how your connection to the earth, those points of contact, are what create the energy to lift your hips upwards. So the root to rise sensation that we experience in our yoga practice, the energy that we put down towards the ground, the energy that we root into the earth with, is the energy that helps us to lift up towards the sky. Just take one more breath in here as your hamstrings and glutes light up. Feel the space between your ribcage and your pelvis, maybe lengthen out a little bit more. And then with exhale, slowly return back to the earth. Let your hips land all the way down to your yoga mat. And then from here, lengthen your left leg up to the sky, finding a hamstring stretch. So you can have softness to your knee. Go ahead and reach around your left leg and guide your leg towards your body. Might feel a little extra sticky after the engagement of your bridge pose, so be gentle with the back of your leg. Maybe point flex and circle out through your left ankle. And flex your left heel. Take your second and third fingers of your left hand around your left big toe. Going for a half happy baby. Find a happy baby through your left side. Yeah. I like to bring my left elbow on the inside of my left shin bone, my left thigh. That might feel good to you. If you'd like to lengthen your right leg out for a moment, feel free to do so. So in the openness to your left hip. Go ahead and rebend your right knee. So just place your right foot back to the earth, how it started, that kind of bridge setup. Extend your left leg back to the sky. And then take your hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Use your core to ground your right foot super strong into your yoga mat. And then on your inhale, start to lower your left leg down towards a low diagonal, maybe a hover. Just make sure your low back stays connected to the earth. On your exhale, push through your right foot really strong again. Bend your left knee to your body and bicycle twist your right elbow to your left thigh. Keep pushing through your right foot really strong. And on your inhale, lengthen your left leg forward to that low diagonal or hover again. Bring your head and shoulders to center. Your head and shoulders can be up or down. We go again. On your exhale, push through your right foot, bend your left knee in, and bicycle twist your right elbow towards your left thigh. And one more time, inhale, left leg lengthens forward, bring your heart through center. And on your exhale, bend and twist, right elbow reaches towards left thigh. You're gonna pause here. Upper body stays the same, left leg stays the same. Reach your right leg forward to that low diagonal hover now. Some energy through your right heel, take a breath in. On your exhale, just lift your right leg slowly to the sky. Everything else stays the same. We'll move through that 2 more times. So inhale, right leg lowers any amount. Doesn't have to go all the way to a hover. Make sure your low back feels healthy. And exhale, right leg slowly lifts to the sky. Pull your navel to your spine. And one more time, inhale, right leg lowers towards a hover. And exhale, right leg lifts up to the sky, slow and strong. And then release and relax, knees to chest. Take a big breath through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale, letting go. Reach your right leg to the ceiling, let your left foot bridge down the earth, so left knee is bent, left foot is grounded, and reach around your right leg to bring it close. Point, flex, and circle through your right ankle, noticing any sticky spots. And eventually you're going to send your right heel high, just taking a moment here, lengthen through your right side body. And then the second and third finger of your right hand is going to grab your big toe. Your second and third finger grab your big toe. You're going to find your half happy baby. So let your right knee go wide, pull down. Maybe lengthen your left leg forward if that would feel good. I like to bring my left hand to left hip just as some encouragement for that hip to stay anchored towards the ground.
This can be as active as you want it to be if you really want to engage through your right leg, finding that opposing action between hand and foot. And then we'll eventually rebend our left leg, reach our right leg high and take our hands behind our head, elbows nice and wide. So your core strength drives your left foot into the earth. You're actively pushing your left foot to the ground from your belly engagement. And then inhale, right leg lowers towards a hover or low diagonal. So you choose your depth. On your exhale, push down with your left foot to bicycle twist. Right knee pulls in, left elbow reaches across. Then inhale, send your right leg forward to a hover. Bring your heart through center. 2 more. Exhale, push through your left foot to bend and twist. 1 more time, inhale, lengthen, open. And on your exhale, bend and twist. This time, pause here. So just send your left leg forward, lengthening your left leg to a hover, low diagonal, breathe in. And then on your breath out, left leg lifts to the sky, navel pulls down. Just 2 more like that. Inhale, left leg lowers towards a hover. Pull your front ribs in. And exhale, left leg lifts to the sky. And 1 more time. Inhale, left leg lowers towards a hover. And exhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Slow, strong, intentional. And then release and relax. Head and shoulders drop back. This time finding a full happy baby or whatever expression of happy baby you would like. Take a nice big breath in. Maybe an open mouth exhale out. Then when you're ready, start to rock and roll forward and back. And we'll find our way into our tabletop pose, all fours. Just take a moment to set yourself up, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, fingers nice and wide. Then we'll inhale to a cow shape. Begin to lift your heart, lift your tailbone, feel that stretch across your belly. And exhale, cat pose, slowly round your spine, your head and shoulders slide in opposite directions. Your tailbone tucks into the backs of your knees. And then 1 more time through, we'll inhale to a cow shape. Heart lifts, tailbone lifts, and as you exhale, cat spine, try to create that space between your head and your shoulders. So you're rounding the back of your heart up high, let your head hang heavy. This time, inhale to a cow pose. Heart and tailbone lift. On your exhale, tuck your toes underneath. Downward facing dog, let your hip creases lead the way. And just give yourself a moment to adjust your stance, to pedal out through your feet. Check in with your down dog this morning. Whenever you are practicing the recording, if you choose to practice later on. And we're all going to walk forward into our forward fold. Take your time to find the top of your yoga mat. Soften your knees, and for a breath, just hang heavy. Trying not to be in a rush to go anywhere. Trying not to be in a rush to be anywhere other than where we are, embracing this present moment. As your next inhale moves through, begin to lift up halfway. Strong, long spine, strong, active belly, lengthen out. Then exhale, forward fold, release. We'll inhale to rise all the way to stand. Urdhva Hastasana, reach up high. On your out breath, little softness in your knees, let your elbows go wide. And as you goddess your arms, you're gonna let your hands fall to interlace behind you. Take your right thumb on top of your left. Pull your front ribs in, collarbones go wide, shoulder, rinse. We're gonna take an inhale here. From our chest expansion bind, exhale, shoulder rinse. Forward fold, keeping your bind hinge at your hips. With or without your bind, we're going to inhale to a halfway lift. So maybe you keep the bind, that helps to lift your heart up, lengthen. As we exhale, forward fold, high plank pose. Plant your hands down to the earth and step your feet back. Just pausing here, root down with your hands.
But focus a lot of your attention to your thighs. As you press down with your toes, can you engage your quadriceps, your thigh muscles? And can you keep that engagement through our whole transition to the earth? So on your next breath in, begin to shift forward. As you exhale, keep your quads strong as you lower slowly to your belly. The engagement of your thighs will help protect your low back as we transition down. Untucking your toes will inhale to a low cobra. Lift the back of your heart space. Stay on your exhale option to float your hands away from the earth, really feeling that isolation of the engagement along your spine. We'll take an extra breath in here. Let your sternum stretch forward and up. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale to a low or a high cobra. If you're lifting to high cobra, see if you can keep your elbows a little bit bent, and then wrap your elbows in. So think biceps rotate to face forward, elbow creases face forward. Your triceps then will be active and strong. Using the backs of your arms, lower yourself back to the earth. So triceps release you to the ground. Last round here is going to be upward facing dog. Feel free to go back to any cobra if you prefer that. So inhale, up dog or cobra. Your up dog, long arms, strong center, and exhale, down dog, hips to the sky. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna inhale, heels up. On your exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and travel to the top, forward fold, step or hop. So you find the top of your yoga mat, take a halfway lift on your inhale, and forward fold with your exhale. We'll rise all the way to standard Urdhva Hastasana, big breath in. On your exhale, goddess your arms, soft knees, let your hands fall to interlace behind you. We're gonna go left thumb on top. Collarbones wide, so think about pulling your elbows together first, and then lengthen your arms. We inhale, heart up. On your exhale, forward fold, hand out your hips. And this can be with or without your bind. We're going to sink into our seat with our chair pose. So keeping your bind sink into your seat. Bound chair pose, use your hands to lift your heart. If you ditch the bind, that's totally fine. Take a moment here and really feel your weight in your heels. And exhale, forward fold. Release your hands, we'll meet in a high plank pose. So take a moment here, lighting up your quadriceps. On your inhale, begin to shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way for your chaturanga, thighs strong. Open your heart, up dog or cobra with your inhale. And then as you are ready, downward facing dog, exhale your pelvis to the sky. And we're going to start to build onto our flow here. So with an in-breath, reach your right leg towards the ceiling, find your three-legged dog. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Really think about the rotation of your right hip bone to face the wall on your right side. Think about lifting your right hip bone away from your left. Strong through your right seat. Next breath in, reach your right leg long, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left tricep, sweep underneath your body and pause. Holding here for inhale. Long through your spine, reach your heart forward as you hold for exhale. Three-legged dog, pull your right leg up and back again. Then step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Lift to your fingertips, let your left knee hover for a cow lunge, heart opens. And then exhale to your cat lunge, lengthen both of your legs. And from here, you're going to bend into your front knee. Chair pose, left foot steps forward. You lift your heart in your hands, take a big breath in. As you exhale, airplane your arms and lean into your left foot. Come to your right tippy toes. Okay, left leg's going to support our weight here. And we'll inhale to rise to stand, one-legged Tadasana. Right leg comes with you. Just taking a moment to calibrate here, right away into some standing balance. Taking a moment for your left leg to help support you. Now we're going to take our left hand and grab our right wrist. Once your left hand grabs your right wrist, we're going to step back into a big curtsy lunge. So take your right foot way back and to the left, and then dip into your right knee, lift up to your heart a little bit, and lean to the left. So you're in a curtsy lunge to your legs, and a side bend to your upper body. Your right leg is going to be off the left edge of your yoga mat. Your front ribs are pulling in. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, you're going to start to lengthen your right leg, leaning your heart forward, airplane your torso. So heart goes forward, arms reach back. From that power that's coming from your right toes, pushing into the earth, begin to tip your heart forward. Slow motion, fly into an airplane pose. Use the strength of your left seat. Inner thighs are hugging to center. Maybe pause here for our inhale. And then slow motion, crescent lunge as we exhale, place your right toes to the earth. Lift your heart and your hands as you breathe in. And on your exhale, warrior two, open out. Now, right away, reverse your triangle for a moment. Lengthen your left leg, reach your left hand high, big breath in. On your exhale, warrior two, settle into your depth. Right, two more like that. Press to your left heel, reverse your triangle as you inhale, lengthen up. And then warrior two as you exhale, sink in, really warming up your inner left thigh. And then one more time, we inhale to reverse our triangle. And exhale, warrior two, settle in. Now from your warrior two, stay bent in your left knee. Just reverse your warrior. Now inhale your left hand to the ceiling. On your exhale, side angle, tip forward, reach your right hand up high, really turn your sternum, spiral your sternum up to your right hand. Maybe extend your side angle, adding the side body stretch, and reach your right hand overhead, a big breath in. And then as you're ready, wide-legged forward fold, sweep down to your center, all 10 toes, turn to the long edge of your yoga mat. From your wide-legged forward fold, breathe in to lift up halfway. And your exhale, you're gonna bend into your right knee, finding either your side lunge or your skandasana. Then from your side lunge or your skandasana, just take a breath. And we're gonna go to the front of our yoga mat, low lunge, bend into your left knee, pivot all the way around. Headed to a three-legged dog, push into your hands, lift your left leg to the sky, big breath in. Then bend your knee and open your hip as you breathe out. And think about creating as much space between your hip bones as you can using the strength of your left seat. Relax your head as you push the earth away. We'll inhale to our three-legged dog, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, right tricep, sweep underneath your body. Hold for your inhale. Long and strong, we hold for exhale. Three-legged dog, pull your left leg up to the ceiling with your breath. Then step your left foot forward at the top of your yoga mat. The cow lunge, right knee hovers with inhale. And then cat lunge, exhale to lengthen out your legs. This time when you bend into your front knee, we'll all step to chair pose, right foot forward, sink into your seat. Take a big breath to lift your heart and hands. And airplane your arms beside you as you empty your lungs and lean into your right foot, coming to left to be tall. Right leg is going to be your base. It will support your weight. When you're ready, go ahead and root through your right foot and rise up to stand with your left leg, one-legged Tadasana. Getting any wobbles, show up here for a moment as you catch your steady. Strong at your center, strong at your belly, take a breath. Your right hand is going to grab your left wrist. We're going to step into that curtsy side bend. So stepping way back and to the right with your left foot. Dip into your left knee and then side bend over to the right. Inner thighs hug to center. Try to lift your chin off your chest a little bit. Lean the back of your heart back and open, tall, perpendicular to the earth in your torso. Breathing into your side bend for one more moment.
And then you're going to start to lengthen your left leg out. So your left foot is going to push your heart forward towards an airplane torso. You're leaning towards your airplane stance, bringing your heart over your right leg. So motion as you transfer your energy to your right foot, you will fly into your airplane pose. It's a tricky transition, take your time. Give your airplane a moment. Rediscover your breath moving through your body. And then crescent lunge, slowly land your left toes back and rise up tall through your torso. Warrior two, open out. But right away, reverse your triangle. So drive through your right heel to the side body stretch as you inhale. Back to warrior two, we'll be dropping a little bit deeper on your exhale. Two more, we inhale to reverse our triangle. And exhale, warrior two, sink in. One more time, inhale, reverse your triangle, big side body stretch. And exhale, warrior two. This time, keep your right knee bent, reverse your warrior with your breath in. And side angle on your exhale. Option for extended side angle would be your top hand stretches overhead. Lightness to your right arm if it's on your thigh. And slowly wide-legged forward fold, all 10 toes forward, tip to center. Now, if you're working on creating a little more space in your wide-legged forward fold, one thing that's a little bit less obvious is the spiral of our thighs. Think about spiraling your inner thighs to the wall behind your booty right now. It's like internal rotation. You can even turn your toes slightly in to help with that. That's like internal rotation for one more breath. And then when you're ready, we'll breathe into our half lift. And then your left knee is going to be the knee that bends, either side lunge staying lifted or Sandasana sinking low. And take your in-breath here. When you're ready, we're going to exhale, low lunge to the top of our yoga mat. So hands or no hands, bend into your front knee and turn forward to the front of your yoga mat. Three-legged dog. Lift your right leg to the sky with your inhale. Bend your knee, open your hip as you exhale. Stay or wild thing. Option to step your right toes behind you. Micro bend your left elbow and open your heart to the sky. Think about your back body here. So feel the back body, the energy to help open and lift your front body. When you're ready, three-legged dog, release your right hand to the earth. Breathe your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, right knee, left tricep, cross underneath. Hold for your inhale. And stay as you exhale. Three-legged dog, pull your right leg to the ceiling, big breath in. And place your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat as you breathe out. Get a little bit different this time. Step forward into a forward fold. Left foot meets your right. As you inhale, lift up halfway. And on your exhale, fold right back down. Rise all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, big breath in. Your exhale, soft knees, goddess arms, just at the very beginning. Let your hands fall to interlace behind you, right thumb goes on top. Collarbones open. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold to your shoulder rinse. If you're keeping the bind, go ahead and sit into your chair pose again. So chair pose with a bind or without a bind. Seat low, heart high. Leaning to your left foot, come to right tippy toe. Or for extra challenge flamingo, your right foot to your seat. And we're going to rise up to stand with our right leg. Option to kick your right leg forward. Little extra challenge here. As you release your hands, reach your hands to the sky. You're going to grab your right wrist with your left hand. So left hand grabs right wrist into our curtsy lunge. Bend your right knee, take that big curtsy lunge step back. Dip into your right knee and lean to your left. So if you got lost all along the way, you're in a curtsy lunge leaning to the left. So right foot is Off the left side of your yoga mat, maybe you're tipping to the left. Pull your front ribs in, lean your heart back. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, begin to lean forward. Slowly make your way to your airplane pose. So take your time leading with your heart to shift your energy into left foot and fly. So your right toes float into the air, softening through both your knees. You're going to bring your right leg up with you to stand back to your one-legged Tadasana, breath in. At the top on your exhale, tap your left elbow towards your right thigh and reach your right arm to the back of the room. So left elbow crunches forward to your right thigh, right hand reaches back. Airplane pose for one more moment. We revisit our airplane pose. And then into our crescent lunge. Right toes land, you have 2 feet on the earth. Take a big breath in. Exhale, goddess arms, you dip your right into a hover. On your inhale, rise up, drive through left heel and right toes to reach high. Exhale, goddess arms, we sink your left knee low. One more time, breathe in, reach up. And exhale, goddess to be dip. This time, high crescent lunge on your inhale. Bring your hands down to the earth as you exhale. So this is going to get a little bit deeper into our inner left thigh. So spin your right heel down to the earth. So your feet are the feet of a warrior two. Your hands can stay forward, framing your left foot. If your hips are a little bit tighter, hamstrings are a little bit tighter, walk your hands more towards the inside of your left foot. What you're going to do here is you're going to start to bend into your right knee, lengthen your left leg, and flex your left toes to the sky. So right knee is bent, left toes to the sky. It's kind of like a pyramid and a skandasana combined. Think about untucking your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then our right knee is bent here. We're going to keep our right knee bent. We're going to walk our hands to the right into a side lunge. So right knee is bent. You just have to pivot your left toes to face the same direction. So side lunge. Adding in a twist, take your left hand to the earth and reach your right hand to the sky, turning your heart towards your bent right knee. And a nice full inhale. Think about untucking your tailbone with your exhale. And then from here, slowly make your way into a low lunge facing forward. So just like before, bend your front knee, pivot all 10 toes forward. You push into your hands, bring your left knee to your nose and pause. Hold for your breath in. Stay for your breath out. Three-legged dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. And exhale to bend your knee, open your hip. Stay or wild thing, mindfully. Maybe land your left toes behind you. Find that buoyancy beneath you. So you lift your heart up proud. Three-legged dog, and this is a long sequence. You're almost done. Your left hand lands, lift your left leg up, big breath in. Left knee, right tricep with your exhale. Stay for your inhale. Stay for your exhale. When you're ready, three-legged dog, we re-extend. And step your left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Your right foot will follow into your forward fold. We'll breathe in to lift up halfway. And we exhale to release. Rising all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, big breath in. On your exhale, goddess your arms, let your hands fall to interlace behind you, left thumb goes on top. Heart is open on your inhale. Forward fold with your bind as you exhale, finding your shoulder rinse. Maybe keeping the bind start to sink into your chair pose. You can always ditch the bind, but chair pose here. Hips low, heart proud. Make sure your front ends are pulled in extra strong if you have the bind. Leaning to your right foot, come to left tippy toe. Or flamingo your left heel to your seat. You're going to then rise up with your left leg. Maybe you start to extend your left leg forward, lighting up your left quad. Release your hands to reach them up overhead. Right hand's going to grab a left wrist. You're to bend your left knee and step back into your curtsy side bend. So left foot steps way back into the right. Bend into your left knee and then tip to your right side.
In your curtsy lunge, pulling in through your front body, feeling that containment at your core. Long left side body, take an inhale. Exhale through airplane pose. Slowly start to shift forward again. It's a tricky transition, finding your airplane pose. As you fly, you're gonna start to soften both knees a little bit. Rise back up with your left leg, one-legged Tadasana again. Take an inhale at the top. On your exhale, crunch your right elbow towards your left thigh and reach your left hand to the back of the room. That left hand is your guide as you return to airplane pose. Fly one more time. Nice full inhale, embracing wobbles as they show up. That's part of the practice. Crescent lunge, we exhale to land our left toes lightly. And our in-breath lifts us up nice and tall. When you're ready, goddess arms, if you dip your left into a hover. Your inhale brings you back up, high crescent. Okay, 2 more, taking them at your pace. Exhale, open, maybe dip. Really emphasize the rootiness of your right heel as you rise. Last time here, exhale, open, dip. And inhale, crescent lunge. Bring your hands down to the earth when you're ready. Rotate your left heel down so your feet are the feet of a warrior 2. And your hands can frame your right foot. Or for a little more space, bring your hands towards the inside of your right foot. Begin to bend your left knee, lengthen your right leg, and flex your right toes to the sky. You can walk your hands back if you would like to. Untucking your tailbone. So think pyramid and side lunge combined. The more you untuck your tailbone, or think about like rooting down through your right heel and isometrically pulling it to the back of your yoga mat, you'll get more of this inner right thigh. Turning to your left, like a quarter turn, you're in your side lunge. Right fingertips to the earth, twist your left hand to the sky, twisted side lunge. So working into your thoracic spine here, your upper back and mid back. So you rotate your heart around. Take one more breath in, you're almost there. And then we're gonna start to exhale. Low lunge to the top of your yoga mat, bend into your right knee, turn to face forward. Last hold here, bring your right knee to your nose and pause. Hold for inhale. Shoulders out of ears as you hold for exhale. 3-legged dog, big breath in. And downward facing dog as you breathe out. Your inhale, lift your heels. On your exhale, child's pose. Land your knees to the earth. Let your seat sink back in space. Just take 3 cycles of breath. From your child's pose, take your time to slowly rise up. You can face whatever direction you want. I'm going to turn to face you for these last little seated stretches. So we're going to take a really short seated stretch sequence. We're going to start out with a Janu Shavasana. So send your left leg long and bring your right foot to your inner left thigh. Allow this V shape of your thigh bones, the V that your thigh bones are creating, to be maybe a little bit wider today. Yeah. Flex your left toes to the sky. If you want to untuck the booty, sometimes it can help you really feel your sits bones root into the earth. And then circle sweep your hands to the ceiling. Big breath in. Leaning into the side bend on your exhale, left hand low, turn your heart open to the sky. So you have a lot of control here on sensation. You can also come all the way down to your left forearm. Your left hand and forearm can be on the inside or outside of your left leg. If you have your left arm on the inside of your left leg, you can use that as a leverage to really rotate your heart open to the sky. Think about a heaviness to your right sitting bone. Maybe let your left ear be heavy for a breath. And then from here, It's gonna be a little bit funky. We're going to rise up through our torso. Let your hands interlace behind your back. Collarbones wide. So just like what we've been doing throughout practice, you're gonna bend at your elbows and bring that bind over to your right hip. Yeah. Ooh, actually, it's a lie to get to your left hip. I'm sorry. So you have this bind. I'll flip around for a second so you can see what it looks like from behind. Bind is around your left hip, your long leg. We're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Now think about your left elbow reaching back in space and hug your left elbow to the midline towards your right elbow. And as you hug your left elbow towards your right elbow, left shoulder out of ear, pull your right shoulder back square with your left. So you're creating this big stretch along the left side of your neck. Good. From here, allow your chin to slowly fall to your chest. Release the bind of your hands and take a big head circle in one direction. And then take a big head circle in the opposite direction. Okay, from here, switching out your legs, reach your right leg long, bring your left foot in. And finding that width of your legs, flex your right toes to the sky. We'll circle super high as we inhale. We're gonna lean to the right with our exhale, side bend. So again, feeling different variations and finding what feels best for your body. Try to prioritize that twist open of your heart a little bit. Also think about lengthening your heart away from your pelvis, so preserving all that space along your spine. Feeling the rootedness of your left sitting bone. Take one more breath here. And then as you start to rise up, you're going to rise up, let your hands interlace behind your back. As you bend at your elbows, take that bind to your right hip. And as you take the bind to your right hip, think bend right elbow, you're gonna reach your right elbow to the wall behind you and then into the midline. So like you're trying to kiss your elbows together, right shoulder out of ear. Let your left ear fall to your left shoulder. So you get that big stretch along the right side of your neck. Both collarbones are stretching wide open across your chest. Right elbow reaches back and in again, left ear heavy, breathe here. You can also find like a slight tuck of your chin while you continue to tip your ear to the left, seeing how that feels. And then slowly let your hands release, allow your chin to fall to your chest. And really gently take a big circle with your head in each direction. Good. From here, we have time for our last stretch. We're going to go wide-legged forward fold, so seated wide-legged forward fold. You could also take a butterfly if you prefer Baddha Konasana instead. In this wide-legged forward fold, returning to that idea of your inner thigh spiral, like what we were doing in our standing wide-legged forward fold. So think about, you can even like wrap your thigh tissue. So think about wrapping your inner thighs back in space. So if you want to, you can even take your thigh tissue, think about wrapping your quadricep forward as you spin your inner thigh back. Then from there, reach your hands up high, big breath in. As you start to hinge forward, pull your hip creases back in space. So hinging forward, you can also have your hands on the earth if that feels safer. And you don't have to go very far down. Think about the length of your spine. So from the side, maybe I prioritize this really long neutral spine over going all the way to the earth, because sometimes what happens when you start to bring our forearms to the ground is we round our spine. So if you can bring your forearms to the ground and maintain a long neutral spine, that's fine. But maybe you just have your hands on the earth and a slight bend in your elbows. Think inner thighs are spiraling back in space, but you're also trying to turn your toes up to the sky at the same time a little bit. And take one more breath here. If you want to spend longer, you can stay longer in your wide-legged forward fold. Otherwise, you're going to slowly rise up. Help your legs back together. Take a little windshield wiper action too, just to kind of reset through our hips. And then we're going to lie down to the back body. So finding your way forward to the top of your yoga mat so that you can lie down. Flex your feet into the earth, creating your heel anchors. Reach your hands up to the sky. Take a big breath in. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the earth, using the strength of your center to release you to your yoga mat. Be a big full body stretch as you arrive, taking a big breath in. Then on your exhale, gather your knees into your body. And release your hands onto your right shin. Lengthen your left leg out so you're in wind removing pose. We're just going to take a final twist and inversion. Breathe here for a breath. And then let the exhalation of that breath guide you to your twist. Right knee tips over your body. Spread your collarbones open towards the sky and take 2 breaths. And slowly make your way back through center. Bring your left knee in and just exchange your left leg for your right. When you're moving pose, second side. You hold your left leg closed, let your right leg stretch long, take a breath. And then supine twist, left knee tips over towards the right. We start to round out our practice. The last shape that we're going to move through is a final inversion. So as you bring your knees back through center and into your chest, you can either send your legs up to the sky, or you can start to lift your hips towards shoulder stand or plow. I personally like to go to plow pose first, so I can readjust my triceps and my hands to support my upper body a little bit more, and then I lift my legs up to the sky if I'm doing shoulder stand. You can also just do plow, or you can just hang out in legs up. Option for legs up the wall as well, especially because you're at home. Feel free to find legs up the wall. But just give your inversion maybe 3 cycles of breath. And if there's any other shape that you'd like to add in this morning, feel free to add in any final shapes, movements, whatever you need to feel most balanced, most complete before settling into Shavasana. Then whenever you are ready for Shavasana, you can just guide yourself there. So whether that's now or whether that's in maybe 5 to 10 breaths, and make your way into whatever shape you'd like to rest in for final relaxation. So again, because you're at home, maybe you get extra comfy and cozy. Maybe you use the wall or any sort of props for support. You can grab a blanket to be extra comfortable. Allow your eyes to close as you make your way there. Again, no rush if you're still rounding out your practice with some movement. And as you begin to settle in, it would feel good to take a clearing breath. Draw a really deep and wide inhale through your nose. And then open mouth exhale, let that whole breath go. And if this were the last yoga practice you got to move through in this way, and how precious would it be? Every moment we would cherish just a little bit more. So really allowing yourself to be present for these last 2 minutes of your practice. Allowing everything outside of the moment to sit at the outskirts of your awareness as you connect through body and breath to the here and now. Be noticing if your awareness has started to wander. If your awareness has started to wander and drift away, just bringing yourself right back to your breath. And our awareness focuses our attention. And through intentional awareness, we start to check in with our perception. And our perception is part of what forms our perspective. And our perspective is a huge piece of how we experience our reality in our inner and outer worlds. So noticing when our attention wanders, where it wanders to. Maybe offering some effort to keeping our attention, our awareness connected to the present moment more and more often throughout our day and throughout our weeks and throughout each year. So taking one last check-in with this present moment, the sensations that are present, sounds that surround you, what's moving through your heart, what's moving through your mind. Maybe staying exactly as you are, maybe starting to deepen your breath and reawaken your body. You can either stay on the earth, continuing to rest and relax, or maybe take a full body stretch as you breathe in. And then either bring your hands to your heart as you breathe out or make your way up to a comfortable seat. So wherever you'd like to close your practice today. With your eyes closed and your hands gathered at heart center, you pause, taking one last moment to acknowledge the time and intention that you devoted to practice today. You pause to acknowledge the energetic exchange that happens when we move and breathe together. The energy that we offer out, the energy that we receive in return, and the collective energy that we cultivate, that we create together, and your contribution to it. And last but not least, we pause in deep, deep gratitude of the ancient roots of this practice, a practice that continues to serve and support us today. So let's seal in our practice with one more clearing breath altogether. Go ahead and take a big breath in through your nose. And the cleansing exhale out of your mouth. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our individual practices serve as our individual teachers, our guides in leading us to live more authentically and love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so, so much for being here, for starting off your year here, taking this time for you, and sharing yourself with this virtual community. Namaste.